Do you think the airing of MILF Manor is God's plan?
Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back.
Welcome back to the Reality Guys. I'm your host, Billy Blinks, joined as always by my co-host, Brian.
Go on, everybody.
And Brett.
MILF Manor, let's go.
As Brett just teased, we are here to talk the new TLC show that premiered here January 15th, MILF Manor. Going head to head right off the tails of The Last of Us on HBO and MILF Manor, we have juggernauts facing off here on Sunday nights. MILF Manor, if you haven't seen our coverage before, it's literally the first thing you're seeing of the show. 8 women, 40s to 60, going to date, specifically there to date younger men. However, what they come to find out very quickly, these 8 women, that all 8 of the younger men are all their corresponding sons. Yeah. So all right, I'm gonna get it was gonna get this out of the way here, guys. We were super psyched for this show, and I'm not saying it's gonna be bad, but it's pretty obvious they knew that their kids were gonna be on the show, right? Like the reactions were not the reactions of people who were surprised. It seemed really weird and cringy, the reactions. I don't know. Am I the only one who thought that?
One woman said that her son was also getting cast on a reality show that was filming in like the same city.
So stupid.
Yeah, like
are
they just
anyone
dumb
else
enough?
said anything? But yeah, like that's a little weird.
Right, like or are they just that dumb they didn't realize it?
No way. All 16 of them are that dumb.
I mean, I don't know if they told everybody that though, but at least from like the first 2 minutes of the episode when I texted you guys, I was like, I know you guys said something about their sons before, but once they were like 8 mom-aged women or whatever it was, and then like I don't know, it said something where I was like, this is definitely their sons because there's a twist. There's 8 moms. All of them have like sons in their pictures in the first 2 minutes.
Yeah, that they made
like,
sure to do that.
The old son. They have an old son.
There was always a dude, yeah, like a guy the age range in the picture they showed. You're right.
I mean, the pool of guys is terrible.
The guys all look like babies. How old are they? And then they start telling us throughout. So there was a 23, a 20. It wasn't Ryan is 30, but mostly very young 20s.
I think 20 to 30. The oldest guy's 30,
who was 20.
Yeah, that's Ryan. Joey's 20 years old. I mean, that's outrageous.
Yeah,
like,
you can't even drink.
Well, in Mexico you can.
Yeah, but not in the States.
Yeah, but they're in Mexico, so
yeah,
it's like going. It's
whatever.
Like going to Cancun. Yeah, you can definitely drink. So
whatever.
That's why it's probably
I feel
part
like
of the
rules though. If you're an American citizen, you can't drink on an American show in an out of country state.
Well, they're drinking. They're probably going to cut any like. They're probably going to cut any specific shot of him physically drinking, but like as long as like he can have a drink in his hand, whatever. Like as long as I'm sure there's ways around it.
Once they see what his disco mommy is up to, they're gonna give him drinks.
Oh yeah, we're gonna run through the women. Trust me, you're talking about Kelly, and we will get into Kelly. Let's do that. I don't really want. We can talk about some of the guys too. We'll run through them, but let's go through the women specifically. They are technically what considered the main cast. April Jane, our oldest MILF. This one cracked me. She's 59. She said she's in her 50s.
Right.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Rounding down.
She's extremely high libido. That's literally what she said about herself.
3 amazing boys. So yeah, that was like
boys.
Once that dropped, I was like, okay.
Paula, this one was kind of sad. She's 48. Her husband died in a car accident when she was 23. So Paula, I'm giving a pass on. Also,
fan favorite.
Also, let's get this out of the way too. A pretty common theme of evident emotional trauma for most of these women is going to be a common theme as we go throughout here. When you ask, and I'm going to keep saying this, Paula, you're number one. Why are you on the show? I get it.
Exactly.
Why are you on the show? Okay. Here we go. My favorite. So young.
Yeah.
It's like fuck you, fuck me. And I'm not being, not even like a racial thing. She made all the jokes. Like she was loving it. Like she also said she's into sex but not kissing. Like she's
that's wild. That's savage stuff right there.
She is a savage. Like this one's gonna be her confessional interviews with her son were really funny, when she's like alluding that she bangs out and that he's just like, stop, please.
Yeah, it's so weird.
Yeah, first take, I liked her, and then she seems to be very much like the blonde one, or maybe
I don't
worse.
care. I like the name is just perfect. You can't even make it up. Here we go. This is classic. In a show with 8 women, somehow we are getting an initial. We got an initial, like The Bachelor. We have April W.
I know.
She's not ready for a man to be in his papa mode, so she doesn't want to date a 65-year-old.
Fair enough.
I don't know. I don't know. Whatever. Brett, anything specifically on April W?
I wrote April 43 Detroit, and that was it.
There you go. Charlene 46, the Jersey girl, the one her daughter her daughter died last year.
Yeah, why is she on the show?
I said, oh my exact thing. Oh my God, get off of the show.
Exactly.
Any speculation on how her daughter died?
Who cares?
I didn't think about it.
So soon. Like,
I mean,
she just like the timing too. She was like, oh, my daughter gave this to her. She was 27. She would be 28 this year. I'm like, oh my God. Like, I think I said something to my wife offhand. I'm like, what is the daughter dead? And then boom, like 2 sentences later. And like, we both, Emily literally gasped. This also, my wife watched this with me. This whole show made her uncomfortable.
I can't see her sticking around.
She thinks that
in the thumbnail, she's the head bitch in charge in the thumbnail.
She thinks that my wife thinks that the show is subliminally trying to get the moms to bang their sons. That's Emily's take on the show.
A couple challenges look like that alludes to that.
That's Emily's take on the show. That's, All right, so we have time moved on to Kelly 50, aka Disco Mommy. She loves house music and shots. She's gross as a person. We're not going to comment on her looks, but like, she is a horrible human.
Yeah, I mean, there's a good chance she could hook up with every dude there.
She looks like a finely aged wine that's been regurgitated through several different mouths over the years.
The show is so awful.
She was like proud of the fact. She's like, I have 6 kids. Of course they're from different men, because like, who the hell would have kids with more than one man? I guess, whatever she said.
She was made for the show.
Why would I have 6 kids from the same guy? Hello.
Yeah.
I said thanks, but I did initially write thanks for not being a stick in the mud. It's just fun. I was like, at least
she's got sticks in other places.
Yeah, she's gonna be very entertaining. That's for sure.
Shannon's 50, the event planner. Said she was a former B girl. I thought she was being a little too serious though. Gotta loosen up a little bit. Yeah. All right. So this might be the question, guys. It could be even a cold open here. It's like, do you think the airing of MILF Manor is God's plan? That came up here. I mean, better as much as any other thing that's been happening in the world, right?
Right, like nothing doesn't surprise me at all.
Why do you say God's plan?
They talked about like them being there as being part of.
Yeah,
God's
that was like
plan.
something they alluded
Stephanie.
to.
Okay, so I was gonna say, Stephanie, 46 God is what I wrote.
47.
And I didn't know who her kid was. So she's got it looks like a mixed race child. I'm calling my shot now. Billy, her kid, that dude's gay. So I don't know why he's on the show, but Billy, calling my shot.
Bold prediction is that Billy is in fact gay.
They've given him 2 confessionals, and I'm convinced.
The twist.
He's kissing Kelly in a preview.
But Kelly's the most promiscuous woman on the show, so she probably is just pulling it out of everybody.
We'll see. We will have to see.
Gabriel said he'll try to keep Joey away from his mom. I said, don't be a hardo on MILF Manor.
Right.
Do you think there'll be any fights between the dudes? Fist fights?
I do. So. I do. These guys they all look like they have rich parents and make terrible decisions every day.
The mom and sons have to share a room. It's gross.
It just everything was so cringe. Like it just everything
cringe.
About it.
Cringe manner.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah. They just like plot twisted them on to.
I don't really want to talk about. I don't really want to talk about the challenge and them feeling their son's chests up. It feels like that's gonna happen a lot.
I want to talk about it.
What do you want to talk about, Brett?
1 point. So I had the emo kid. So the emo kid with April, the oldest woman, him
Jimmy?
and the Asian guy's body types are very similar. So I think both their mothers felt up each other and then were like, "This is my child."
Yeah.
Brett is like, it's like Mac. It's like Mac. He's supposed to go over the body types.
So I was trying to write down notes as I watched the whole thing, and I'm very sure at least one of them was like, "This is my child." And
No,
then-
it definitely happened.
No,
either
no,
they
Brett was
swapped
watching
kids
in the
or one of them
bathtub.
went on a date with like the other one. You can fact check me, but like,
You
pretty
can
sure something like
fact check. Billy and Stephanie and Paula and Jose got the master suites, by the way, just to keep the facts going here on the podcast.
I was gonna say other fact. Somebody said so. The emo kid, he has a twin brother,
Jimmy,
and someone's like, "Oh, so you brought the ugly kid?"
I mean, that guy is.
Oh, that guy.
That's okay. I want to get there. How are any of these women attracted to any of these dudes? These dudes are like D
is it Jimmy or
minus.
is it Gabriel?
Huh?
Might be Gabriel.
These
don't
are
know
not
the
a
guy.
good looking
Gabriel,
dudes.
yeah, Gabriel. That's his name.
Gabriel.
But
Okay,
emo
yeah,
kid's more
sorry.
descriptive, to be honest with you.
No, I know exactly what you're talking about. I couldn't
For
remember
the
his name, but
editing, Gabriel.
I wrote his name down, but like for the fans, emo kid.
he looks like a
You
tweaker,
can call
man.
him Emo Kid from now on, but we just had to identify who
Yeah.
we were talking about.
Oh man, yeah. I don't know how any of those women are excited to see any of those dudes. That's why the reaction was just like, "Oh God." they gonna fuck
Confirm
with
that
me?
it's it comes back on again 10 o'clock next week, just AKA. FYI, not AKA. What is wrong with me? One thing that is not wrong with it is I do like that they're allowed to keep their phones.
I really like that. I think they got phones, Bill, and they can talk to each other. I think that's
Yeah,
actually
yeah,
really
obviously,
cool.
yeah. And hopefully use the internet. That would be fun.
That would be a challenge win or something like that.
Not much more I want to talk about. Kelly flirted pretty hard with Ryan the first night. Poor Joey's gonna have a very long season. I did like that Ryan was like, oh, maybe she's looking for them day one strokes.
I mean, do you think they give out protection at the in the villas?
Yeah, they definitely like STD tested and they definitely have protection. I'm sure that's like probably a pretty straightforward thing now, especially with like COVID, all that now.
I just hope that somebody has sex with two different people and they talk about like the performance and getting a fight over it. That would be, I think, the goal for me.
First potential, only other thing really, first potential couple could be Jimmy and Pola. They were paddleboarding, enjoyed themselves, nice little paddleboarding date.
He's the dude that likes to eat like nail polish off from toes, right?
Yeah. And then
Yep.
Kelly was flirting
That's
with
an Asian
Jose in
fetish
front
for
of
you.
Pola, which was like pretty scripted, but she's the worst.
Yeah.
Wait, who's the worst, Kelly?
Yeah, I think there's gonna be a bunch of dudes and women that don't like her. She'll be back on another show.
Are they
It
going to be able to
sounds like-
vote people off, you think?
It sounds like none of the women like her. so
I don't
far.
know. I don't know how the
All
show.
the men probably love her, but the women hate her.
They're probably just like taking shots and stuff with her, but I don't think most of the dudes are interested in like hooking up with her. That would just be my take.
So these guys volunteered to be on a show where they wanted to date older women.
And they also thought that then their moms were going on a
Exactly,
separate dating
exactly.
retreat where they would be dating on a dating thing or something. That's
That's
And
what I'm saying.
They didn't discuss with their mom being on a TV show. Like,
that's what
Right, because I'm sure the 20-year-old lives with his mom.
they definitely took the flight together.
Yeah, they Spider-Man memed at the airport. Like, whoa, what are you doing here?
But yeah, it's moms and sons dating show.
for me, I'm like, hey, I want to be on a reality TV show. Let's be on a dating show. And then if I start telling my mom, hey, mom, I'm going to be on a show, she's like, oh, cool, I'm going to be on a show too. Like, that's not
One
like
of the
I'm going to
all-time
put two and two
grossest
together
things
because
that
I'm not a
happened to
fucking
you.
idiot.
Yeah, you need to like start checking dates and
Yeah.
locations. You got to be on different continents.
Oh, we're both in Mexico at the same time. That's convenient.
So overall, it's like it's what I expected, but not what I expected. I'm very curious to see how it goes, like rolling into week 2. The three of us will be back next week, next Sunday night. Because we promised you guys MILF Manor Mondays, and so you get MILF Manor Mondays. Make sure you're subscribed for our coverage of our other shows that may actually be a little bit better. Things recently that have been going pretty
Like
well.
the challenge.
The Circle season. Brett, relax with the challenge. The Circle season finale is coming up this week. We also have Below Deck, which is going really well. Love and Hip Hop, not so great, but still covering it. What else we got this week, Bri?
Love Island starts on Monday.
Love Island starts on Monday. We will figure out again how we will be covering that daily. We're probably going to get a VPN. Yeah, the challenge on Thursday. Plug along, Brett and Kevin. What else?
We just reviewed Traders.
We just threw out there.
Jersey
Shore comes back this month. The Bachelor comes back this month. We have a season preview for that. That comes out in like 2 weeks. So yeah, plenty of things coming.
It's a good shot. We cover it.
Yeah, we cover it. Oh, Married at First Sight.
Yes, starting. We're gonna do it this. We'll be here for episode 3.
We'll figure it out. But for myself, Brian, Brett, thank you. Peace.